Did you know that your insurance company is legally required to provide you with a free breast pump? If you're a mom or mom-to-be, you'll want to stick around. This video is going to save you time, money, and frustration. If you're new here, my name is Lexi. I am a corporate HR pro to a toddler girl with a little baby boy on the way. I share practical tips, honest reviews, and relatable mom life content to make your parenting journey easier. Let's dive in. So I'll be sharing 5 tips to help you get your free breast pump with insurance, just to make the process so easy and smooth for you. But let me tell you why I'm so passionate about this. So first of all, breast pumps are so expensive, which, I mean, with the baby, anything is, right? So for example, the Spectra S1 goes for about $215 and the Willow Go is about $350. Obviously that's a pretty big chunk of change. So I want to make sure every mom knows their rights and knows how to get a free breast pump. And whether you're planning to just exclusively breastfeed or not, I think every mom should have a breast pump. You never know when you have to be away from your baby, maybe for emergencies or appointments, a vacation, a work trip. There's so many reasons. And so you just want to make sure that you're able to pump, to express milk, to have some milk at home for your baby, and to express when you're on the go. Let's talk about the first step to getting a free breast pump. First, I want to make sure that you know your rights, mama. Due to the Affordable Care Act, you are entitled to a free breast pump. You're welcome to look up and read this act on your own. There are some key features I'm just going to talk about so you understand what is covered by insurance. So in the act, it says that insurance can cover a manual pump or an electric. The ones I have here are electric. Those are the ones I personally prefer. I tried a manual one in the hospital with my first. I was not a big fan. However, there are some moms who love manual pumps. Next, they could cover a rental pump or they could cover a brand new pump for you. Just depends on your company. They could also require a prescription from your provider before you can order. Some have limits on the timeline of when you can order. So some say you can only order in the 3rd trimester, some like a month before your due date. It really just depends. I was able to order these, I think this one I got when I was around 6 months pregnant, and same with this pump. So I was able to order it pretty early on just to get a jump on that. And then some insurances even actually provide replacement parts, which is so nice. If you're pumping, you are gonna have to replace parts depending on how frequently you pump. It could be every 2 weeks to every 3 months. So if you don't have to have that reoccurring cost, it's nice to know. All right, so for step 2, you are going to contact your insurance provider. You could read your policy online. I find it's best just to contact them directly over the phone. I get more clear answers. I find I understand the policy better. So that's what I recommend. So you can just look on the back of your insurance card and call that phone number. When you call them, again, you want to make sure that you understand everything that's covered in case they try to disagree with you. And then you're going to go ahead and ask them some questions just to understand what exactly is covered. So you'll want to know, is it just manual? Is it going to be an electric? Do they only cover rentals, or is it one you can buy brand new? And then if it's new, is there a price limit? Is it kind of an unlimited budget for the pump? You'll want to ask about the timeline if you do need a prescription. You'll also want to ask when you can go ahead and order this pump, and if they cover replacement parts. And then finally, you're going to want to ask them how you order the pump. Some providers use third-party suppliers that you can order the pump through, or some you can order and get reimbursed. So I'll share kind of my example. So I was able to call my insurance and they told me that I could order the pump at any time. And I was actually able to purchase it myself, whatever pump I wanted, no price limit, submit a claim and receipt for reimbursement. And then within like 2 weeks of submitting that, they sent me a check in the mail and I was reimbursed for the pump. So it was a very, very easy process. All right, step 3. So step 3 is the fun part. It's where you get to research your pump. You know exactly what's covered by insurance. So now you get to go ahead and find out what pump is going to work best for you and your lifestyle. The first thing I recommend is just talking to your other mom friends. They're going to be completely honest with you. They're going to tell you what they loved, what they hated, and just kind of give you their experience recommendations. The next thing is join Facebook groups. There are actually Facebook groups for pretty much every pump out there on the market. So I joined some for these pumps just to understand what worked well about them, what didn't, what tips and tricks other moms had, and things I should be on the lookout for. I found it to be very, very helpful when I was researching pumps. And then I'm just gonna give you some general guidelines of things that you do wanna take a look at when you're looking into pumps. So you wanna look at suction strength. I try to find ones that are considered hospital grade suction. I find that they empty you better, more durable, and obviously have a stronger suction for you. These are both considered hospital grade suction. Next, you're gonna wanna look at portability. So not all pumps, are very portable, but some are. So this is a wall pump, but it actually has a rechargeable battery. So I can charge it and then I could take it in the car, I could take it in the kitchen if I'm cooking and I need to pump. It's really convenient. I don't have to worry about if I'm next to an outlet when I'm pumping. Obviously, any wearable pump, you're gonna be able to take anywhere you go. Next, you're gonna wanna make sure it's a double pump. That way you can pump both breasts at the same time. I find it so convenient, just because, as a mom, you're busy, your time is limited. You do wanna make sure that you can get the most efficient pump possible. One thing I really like about both of these is they are double, but they can also be single mode as well, just in case you want to just do one breast at a time for whatever reason. So I think that's a nice feature to have as well. You're going to want to take into consideration the amount of parts each pump has, because you're going to have to clean them every time you pump. So I think, if I remember, I think the Spectra has like 5 to 6 parts to clean, and I believe the Willow is about the same. So I think that's a pretty standard amount. Any more than that, and it's gonna get so overwhelming. And then another feature that I looked for with my first pump was a night light on the pump, because once your baby starts sleeping through the night, you still might have to pump, and you're not gonna want harsh lights or anything like that. So the Spectra S1 actually has a little light right here. Super convenient. I didn't feel it was too harsh. It was just enough to kind of see everything that I was doing. I really loved that. And then just kind of a word of caution, I guess I would say. So wearable pumps are obviously all the rage right now. I know I'm personally excited for the Willow Go, but they should not be your primary pump. And you can work with a lactation consultant to understand more, but when I've spoken with lactation consultants, basically it's because wearable pumps, they're not typically as strong as wall pumps. They don't empty you as well. They could lead to more clogged ducts if these are the only pumps you're using. So I definitely recommend using a wall pump as your primary pump. And then if you really want a wearable pump, go ahead and get that as well, but make sure you have your first primary pump. So with my first child, this is just the only pump I had. It worked really well. And then obviously the second time around, I was able to get these with insurance. So now I have 2 pumps to use depending on my needs that day. So step number 4 might be optional for some people, but it's get a prescription. So once you know the pump that you want, you're gonna need to get a prescription from your provider if that's required. For me, it was not required. So some people might be able to skip this, but if required, just work with your provider. I'm sure they are so familiar with this process, they'll be able to help you get it done so quick. So that's a really easy step. All right, step 5. This is the fun step. You've done all your research. You are so prepared, mama. You are ready to order that pump. So now when you order your pump, this is gonna be either you do it directly and get reimbursed, or maybe your provider has directed you to use a third-party supplier. Whatever it is, you're gonna follow the steps outlined by your insurance. I do wanna give a word of caution for using some third-party suppliers. So I know Aeroflow is a big one. I see it like all over Instagram, all over social media, but I tried to use it myself. I put in my insurance and I looked through the options that they provided me, and they said that I would have to pay $30 out of pocket for the Spectra, which I thought was interesting. And then they said I would have to pay $100 out of pocket for the Willow Go. Again, I got both of these completely free with my insurance. So I thought that was a little strange that it didn't match what my benefits were. So that's why I just recommend that you talk with your insurance provider directly so you get the exact pump you want without having to pay out of pocket. All right, so I've given you the 5 steps that you need to get your free breast pump through insurance. Let's just go ahead and walk through those real quick one more time. First, you want to know your rights. Second, you're going to contact your insurance provider to understand exactly what is covered and how you can order your pump. Third, you're going to research and figure out which breast pump is best for you and your lifestyle. Fourth, you get a prescription if needed. And the 5th step is you get to order your breast pump. And that's it. It's so easy and so simple. I just want to provide kind of one bonus tip here too. If you do feel the need to get 2 breast pumps so you can have a wearable, I recommend ordering the more expensive pump through your insurance, which will likely be the wearable pump, and then paying out of pocket for a primary wall pump. That way you can have the best of both worlds and ensure that you are going to get the best pumping experience possible. So I hope that these tips were really helpful and you feel so prepared to order that breast pump. Again, if you need help on picking out a breast pump, check out my free guide on my blog. I have a whole post that dives into what you need to look for, what pump will be the best for your lifestyle. I recommend reading through it. And if you're a mom who has a breast pump, tell us what pump you have, what you love about it, or maybe things you don't like and things that other moms should avoid. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.